Hey guys, I'm Greg with Quantum Machinery, and this is the ETS Solid Clean X system. We have this in 80, 100, as well as 150. Today we're going to talk about all of its features, go through the process of using this, and I think this is going to be a must-have in all fabricating shops. So I'm sure you're wondering, what is electrochemical weld cleaning? Now, this is a very simple process where we use electricity as well as an electrolyte formula to clean and restore the weld surface. Now, you're going to need this if you're working with food grade, agriculture, marine, or even pharmaceutical. This is going to clean and maintain that weld surface to make sure there's no contaminants once the product meets the weld. So anywhere where the product is going to be touching the weld, where it's consumed or around animals or humans, this is normally the process that you're going to have to do to make sure that no contaminants are in the weld. So the ETS system is going to be much faster and efficient than your typical methods of grinding, sanding, wire brushing, and the biggest thing is it's cleaner. You're not going to have contamination spreading around the shop in the form of dust like you would with grinder disc and wire brush. Also, your consumables are going to be much cheaper and last longer with the ETS system because you have a carbon fiber brush that is going to last you much longer than a grinder disc, and then you have the electrolyte formula, and that's it for consumables with this machine. The most important thing is you can prep your parts before welding with this machine and then clean them and restore their corrosion resistance after the weld is finished. So this is going to be a must-have in most shops. And the fact that you can clean 6 inches of weld in a matter of seconds without putting any dust in your shop is going to be huge. So why would you go with ETS over all the other companies that's on the market? ETS is one of the only ones that have full inverter technology. This means you have very fine adjustment on this machine, which will allow you to have a greater duty cycle and get more power out of this machine. This is our 150, this is our top end model. This has 2,500 watts and you can adjust the volts by 0.1 increments. This is big because a lot of the competition are adjusting their amps in 20 amp increments, meaning it's hard to fine tune, and a lot of times 20 amps is a massive jump. So you can go from 20 to 40, but you might want to work at 25 amps. So you're going to be able to do that with this machine. The lower the amps you can work with, the longer the consumables are going to last and the better the duty cycle is going to be on the machine. So we always tell you to start low on the voltage and work your way up. Start maybe at 6 or 7 on the volts. And if you see that it's not working as efficient, you can start bumping it up. You never want to crank up these machines because they're extremely efficient, and you'll find that less power will do more work than you're expecting. You also will get longer life out of the carbon fiber brush, and you'll also go through less electrolytes using less bolts. So your consumable price will drop even more with the ETS system. So this is our ETS Solid Clean X150. This is the top end model. This has 2,500 watts. So you can do all the way from thin steel all the way to 2-inch thick if you need to. It has that much capability and penetration. This also has an integrated pump, so you're not going to need to dip the brush in between every pass. You can simply turn on and off the pump right on the gun, which is going to be extremely handy when you're in confined spaces. Also, these machines are very lightweight, under 30 pounds, very simple to use, simple cleanup, and simple to maintain. If you're working with thicker materials, then the X150 is probably going to be the machine you want to look at, especially if you want that integrated pump. If you step down to the 100 model, you do lose a little bit of watts and you don't get the integrated pump, but it'll still do the thicker steels. Now, proper PPE is always important when messing with any chemicals, even if they're mild like our solution is. You want to make sure to wear gloves, glasses, any kind of respirator, or be in a well-ventilated area, or maybe use a fume extractor. Now, if you get any on your skin or in your eyes, you can simply flush with water, and if any problems arise, then of course you want to consult a medical professional. You also want to make sure that you dispose of any spent chemicals and follow any regulations or rules in your area, because every state handles that differently. So you want to check in, how would you dispose this once you're done using. So we're going to give a real quick demonstration on stainless. This is TIG welded 304, and we're using the ETS Solid Clean X150. This one has the built-in pump. So we have our cleaner solution already hooked up to the machine. All we have to do is hit the on button on the brush and the chemical will start coming out the tip. Then we can lightly rub the area that we're wanting to clean. You don't have to press in or put a lot of force onto it and do small circular motion, and it'll clean the weld right up. Once you're done, hit the off switch, the chemical will start flowing. And since this is stainless, the nickel really shows and it's got a really good shine to it. If you see that it's not cleaning as fast as you would like, you can up the voltage, but you only have to go up about a 0.5 volt at a time to tune this system in. You don't want to crank up the machine because you're just going to be using more power and doing more wear on the brush. So now we're done. This piece is a little thicker, so we're going to bump up the machine. So we have a little discoloration from on the outside of the metal from the welding process. We can clean that up as well. That took all of maybe 3 seconds to clean that backside. Ready to go? So that took 7 seconds to clean. If you're mass producing parts, you could get thousands of parts done a day because this is so efficient and quick. I mean, it's just as fast as you can wipe it, it's done. So we have a piece of 6061 aluminum. This is just plate, and we're going to show you, if you was prepping the surface to do some TIG welding, how quick you can clean with the ETS 150. Now, aluminum is going to have a more dull matte finish once cleaned, but we're just getting any scale off of it so we can TIG weld on this surface. And you can still see brushing because that's in the manufacturing process of the aluminum. The brush marks, they're always going to be there unless sanded off. But you can see a clear finish difference between the side that's done and the side that's not. We have this collet, and over years of use, it's getting a little bit of surface rust. You can also clean surface rust on parts with this machine. So if you have the ETS 150, you can also use the brush for the ETS 80 or 100. This is the brush that does not have the pump feature in it. And it's as simple as doing a quick disconnect on the black lead, pulling it out. It's a half turn. And now we're ready to use this brush. We just have to dip it in the solution before starting to clean. So we're going to be cleaning a piece of thinner walled stainless. This is about 16 gauge 304 stainless. So we don't need 15 bolts. We're going to go down to 10. So we have to dip this brush because it does not have the pump feature. So maybe the straight brush will work better in a certain scenario than the one with the pump. You can use either one. If you're going to store the ETS Solid Clean X150 for a long period of time, since it has the internal pump feature where it pumps the electrolytes through the brush head, you're going to want to back purge with water and get all that electrolytes out of the hose. Once it dries, it can leave it kind of crystallizes and it can block up the tube. So you're going to want to back flush it with water. So to do this, we're going to crank the pump up on the back of the machine to full as far as it'll go. Then we're going to turn the pump on and we're just going to let it purge from the can of water that we have here, pump out until we have no more yellow electrolytes coming out of the gun. So thank you guys so much for checking out the ETS Solid Clean X systems. We have this in 80, 100, and 150 on quantummachinery.com. So make sure to check it out. This is going to be a must-have in most fabricating shops. It's going to change the way you can prep and prepare your parts for shipping. So thank you so much for watching today's video. We say stay safe and keep on fabricating.
If you're a fabricator, you've definitely asked yourself, where can I buy precision metalworking equipment? From welding tables, laser welders, press brakes, shears, industrial saws, and benders, Quantum Machinery Group has you covered.